Hey and welcome to your first kiss with Sylus. I'm gonna shuffle this little deck and pull 3 cards for you to choose from. And then we'll get started with the piles. So can I get 3 cards? Pile number, pile number 1. Oh, you can see my phone. And then pile number 2. And then we have pile number 3. So choose your Sylus, pick your Sylus, and I will see you in the timestamp. Hello, pile number 1, and welcome to your first kiss with Sylus. I'm gonna shuffle this deck and we'll see what we come up with. So the first card will be the setting or the situation, why you are together. Is that the King of Swords? Yeah, seems to be. King of Swords as the setting or the situation. I keep seeing that there's 2 like babies or whatever. Are you maybe being his advisor? I can see Mephisto over there. I think we need another card. Why is the King of Swords here? 5 of Wands, so there's a conflict. I don't know. We'll go on with the next one. Maybe we'll figure it out. The emotional atmosphere is the 9 of Wands. So basically like standing your ground. So somebody is being defensive. Oh, I'm almost getting like enemies to lovers. You know, in romance movies, the couple sometimes like argue and then they're so pissed at each other that they eventually end up kissing. I wonder if that's, you know, considering the 5 of Wands. I don't know, we'll continue. What is he thinking? Yikes, the 10 of Wands. So it's a losing battle for him. Is he losing? Maybe he's fighting himself. I mean, he is basically naked. Maybe you maybe you caught him at a really bad time. So he's like defending himself, and maybe you found him in a compromising position. I don't know. The moment everything changes. The moment everything changes. Oh, the 8 of Swords. This is about being stuck. Or feeling stuck, but even though you're not. Not seeing a way out. Should I pull another card? Why is the 8 of Swords here? Why is the 8 of Swords here? The Lovers. Maybe he's coming to the conclusion that there's no point in fighting it, perhaps, the moment everything changes. I don't know, we'll continue. The next card will be the kiss itself. Like, if we can see if it's like romantic or if it's just a peck. If it's calm or heated. The Tower. So it's a devastating kiss. or a kiss that changes everything, because the tower is about sudden change. So I'm actually leaning more towards the whole enemies to lovers dynamic. But I'm still wondering about the Eight of Swords. We'll take a card for what changes after the kiss. What changes after the kiss? Why is this one? Oh, oh, oh. The Six of Cups. I love this. Look, she's like feeding him. She's making him drink. Hey, it actually reminds me of the Darkbound, the spicy banner we had, because she was they were basically sitting the same way, but she wasn't making him drink. She was pouring it over his chest. So I do think maybe this is it. Maybe it's like, maybe you meet him in a similar scenario. I mean, he is basically naked. So maybe it's like, oh, you can't even see all of the cards. So I think, considering these two cards, the setting, I'm actually leaning more towards you accompanying him somewhere. Maybe he has this, maybe he needs to, maybe you're following him on a business trip because he needs to take care of some mishap, something has gone wrong, or there's been a conflict and you're there. And he doesn't want to leave you alone, so he keeps you as his right-hand person. So you're with him on this meeting with all these people, and maybe they keep looking at you. Maybe they find you super attractive, and then he gets like jealous. I don't see him as jealous, maybe possessive, I don't know. And maybe that's why the Nine of Wands is here, because that's the emotional atmosphere. I think maybe he's trying not to show his emotions or show how he is actually feeling. He wants to be perceived as professional because he's there in a professional setting. But he also doesn't want you to know how he's actually feeling. So he basically has his wall up, I think. And the next card was what he's thinking. The Ten of Wands is about feeling as if the whole world is resting on your shoulders. But I think this is more, considering this is a kiss spread, I think he's come to the conclusion that he can't keep hiding behind this wall that he has. And you're probably tempting him a lot, maybe, I don't know. Yeah. And then the moment everything changes with the Eight of Swords, I think maybe it's you're going on this trip with him and there's only one room, you know, that trope. So he's like, oh no, I'm stuck with you, basically. And he's been battling this thing the whole time. But then you're being all alluring and stuff and teasing him probably. And then you end up kissing, and it's like everything changes. All of the walls that he has built up come crumbling down. And it's like the kiss is like, why am I thinking fireworks? I mean, like flashes, lightning. It's like zapping through you. It's like everything. It's intense and it's like nerve-wracking and groundbreaking and just amazing. And then after the kiss, you sort of relax and have your, I don't remember what it was called, dark soul, dark, yeah, I don't I don't remember what the banner was called, but you know which one I mean. So then you're like relaxing in the hot springs or whatever, and you're probably maybe doing the kadonk when he's naked, maybe. Yeah, that's your first kiss with Sylus. Thank you so much for watching, and maybe I'll see you again. Bye bye. Hi pal number 2, and welcome to your first kiss with Sylus. You chose the... Oh, can I get a... I don't want to see the camera, the phone. You chose this Sylus. I would probably have benefited in filming this in another location, but whatever. So this is your Sylus. I'm gonna shuffle this deck and see what type of story we can make up. So the first card would be the situation and why you are together. That's the Queen of Wands. So maybe doing something... It seems to be some type of situation where you're the one in charge. So you're not probably in the N109 zone. This probably takes place... Maybe it's at your home? Huh, maybe he surprises you at work. The next card will be the emotional atmosphere, and it will talk about the emotional, no, the mood. So the emotional atmosphere, what's the mood for this first kiss? Oh. Temperance. Balance, mixing things that don't go together. Can you focus? I kind of see this as being careful, because she has one foot in the water and one on land. So it's like dipping toes. Maybe it's like back and forth with flirting, like testing the waters, so to speak. What is he thinking? The 8 of Cups. So he's either... This is usually about walking away. Can it focus, please? Leaving something behind and walking away. But he has his back against the moon or towards the moon, so he's not following his intuition. What is he thinking? Is he debating whether or not he should take this step? Maybe that's why we have the Temperance here. I don't know, we'll continue. The moment everything changes. Moment. 2 cards. The Knight and the King. Is it the King or the Queen? I think it's the King. So the Knight and the King of Wands. And I think, because Sylus is an Aries, so I think he is the King of Wands. But what was the question? The moment everything changes. So this is about rushing in and taking control of the situation, is how I would... like, the king is the most... I was gonna say complex, but it's not the word I'm looking for. The most experienced. Is it my eyes or is the camera not focusing? So anyway, what the the moment everything changes, I think he comes to a conclusion that he wants to pursue this, and when he's actually sure about it is when he actually is when he takes the first step. I'm also seeing the horse has the hair mane in front of his eyes, so the horse can't see where it's going, but he can, which is also why I think he's the one in control. And the wands are about passion. So that makes sense, I think. And then the kiss itself. Wait, the wheel. So everything changes. Things changing for the better, or things change between you. If it's the first kiss, yeah, that makes sense. But how does that explain or talk about the kiss itself? What changes after the kiss? What changes after the kiss? The Six of Cups, that's the same card the first pile got. I don't get the same feeling here. In the first pile, I was getting a lot of enemies to lovers, and I talked about the spicy card we got, where she's basically, where MC is pouring water onto his chest with a flower. But I'm not getting the same vibes here. After you kiss, I think you're both more open emotionally to each other, but we'll get there. I'm not gonna jump to this. I'm just wondering, I think I want another card on the wheel. Yeah. One card, not two. Thank you. So why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Wait. The Ace of Wands. So that's a new beginning. Yeah, so kissing him is fiery, and it creates a new beginning. So I think we have our little spread. So we're starting off with you and Sylus. I think he's seeing you. I think you're meeting him somewhere where you're the one who shines. So I think this is in your turf or in your territory, where you feel like you're the one in control and you're the one who's holding the reins. I'm seeing this as he's basically worshipping the ground you walk on. He's worshipping the ground you work. No, why? He's worshipping the ground you walk on. Thank you. Or maybe maybe that's the sign. Maybe he's going to your work. I don't know if you're working. I'm getting like teacher vibes for some reason. Or lawyer, or some like office work, maybe. What was the question again? The situation, why are you together? Yeah, I think he's surprising you at your work. And I think he's doing it because he is Sylus and he enjoys pushing people's buttons. Like, yeah. And the emotional atmosphere and what the mood is Temperance. So I do see this as being tempted. I think he's seeing you in your like best behavior because you're out probably in a official setting where you have to be in control of your emotions and everything. And I'm seeing like the fire mixing with the water. I see that as fiery passion and like emotions, and trying to stuff it down or snuff it down. So there's a lot of things happening beneath the surface, or that you're not showing. I'm not getting enemies to lovers vibes, but I do get like you've been crushing on him for a long time and he's been crushing on you for a long time, but neither of you has taken that first step, obviously, because it's the first kiss. But there's a lot happening inside both of you, and this was what he's thinking. He's wondering if it's the right thing to do. I actually want another card on that one. Why is the 8 of Cups here? Oh. The Page of Pentacles. So he's wondering if it's worth investing his time in. I don't think Sylus is very fluent in emotions. I think he has them, definitely. But I don't think he always knows what to do with it. It's not something that he's comfortable in. So I think normally he would turn his back on it. But I think here he's actually considering investing in the emotional aspect of it, of a possible connection with you. And I think that's also why Temperance is here. And then the moment everything changes is when he finally, comes to this conclusion. And then he's not just dipping his toes in, he's ready to like go full on Aries energy. You are his and nobody else's, and he won't take no for an answer. He is going to have you no matter what, and he will parade around you, and he will show you everything that he has, like everything that's important to him, because that's how he shows emotion, I think. No, I don't think so. I think he's a doer. I think he shows affection or shows love through things that he does rather than how he says it. But the moment everything changes is when he finally comes to this conclusion that yes, I want to invest in this. And then I think it happens quickly, and you might not understand it. You might not follow. I don't know how to say that. And the kiss itself is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Ace of Wands. I can actually see another thing here. So kissing you is bringing his wand up, if you know what I mean. He's getting hard. And it's starting something, a new cycle. So kissing you is not just a kiss, it's something that like changes how he's been viewing you probably, and how you've been viewing him. And then I think it's fiery, it's passionate, it's the kiss itself, I mean, and it's making you feel weak in the knees, sort of. And then what changes after is the 6 of Cups, and I see this as give and take. I think you're moving into a relationship. I don't think this is just a kiss and then he'll leave you alone. I think something grows from it, and I'm not just talking about his third leg. I see this as being in a commitment or a relationship where there's an emotional balance between you. And I think it's passionate and fun and wet probably. And yeah. I still think it's funny that this one came out in both pile 1 and 2. I think that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and maybe I'll see you again. Bye bye. Hey pile 3, and welcome to your first kiss with Sylus. You chose the semi-long-haired gray sweater Sylus as your card. I'm gonna... Can you see it better there? Probably. So I'm gonna shuffle this deck and see if we can make up a story. The first card will be the situation or why you are together. So what's the situation? The Six of Swords. Are you traveling together, maybe? We have the emotional atmosphere or what the mood is like. Jesus. The Empress. What is Sylus thinking? The Tower. Is this some sort of like capitulation? Maybe he's nervous. The moment everything changes. Seven of Swords. Why is the Seven of Swords here? I think I want another card. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Oh, I think I get it. Okay, we don't need another card. Then we have the kiss itself. Can you tell me about the kiss itself? Oosh. The Star. Nice. What happens after the kiss? The King of Pentacles. Why the King of Pentacles? Eight of Pentacles. It's about mastering something. So what I'm getting from this is, I think you and Sylus are out, I'm thinking like cruise ship, or maybe he has a private yacht, or however you say it, like a private boat. I think you're out traveling at sea. Maybe you're going to some deserted island or some private island, whatever. I don't know. But I think you're out. You're like venturing out on a trip somewhere. And the emotional atmosphere, the mood. I think he's spoiling you. He's treating you like royalty. I think he's made sure beforehand that this ship or whatever has everything that you need, because he wants you relaxed. He wants you to feel at ease. He wants you to feel comfortable in your own skin and feel like you are the most divine creature on earth. So I think he has done everything in his power to make this into a place where you can relax and just like feel safe and feel loved and feel appreciated, and yeah. What he's thinking is the Tower. And I see this as being nervous. And I think he's afraid of screwing things over. I think he thought he had more control over himself, over his emotions, than he actually does. And I think being alone with you on a ship or cruise or whatever is making him more unstable than he anticipated, because he doesn't know exactly how to ground himself. And I also think that he might be afraid of having done too much. I think what he's thinking, I think he's nervous. That's the emotion that I'm getting. But I think he also notices that things are changing, and when he can't control, I'm not saying he wants to control you, but when he's doing everything he can control in order for you to have a good time, he kind of loses control over himself, because the only thing he can't control in this scenario is you and your reaction. And I think that makes him nervous. And then the moment everything changes is the Seven of Swords. And I was unsure about this, but I'm thinking that I think he's trying to get away. I think he's trying to play off a kiss in a way that doesn't seem as if it's how do I want to put this? I think he's trying to sneak a kiss from you because he's afraid of being rejected. So I don't see the Seven of Swords as being deceptive in a negative way like I usually would. I think this is more about him being insecure, because maybe he finds you hard to read. But the moment everything changes is when he's leaning in, or maybe saying something that makes you laugh, and then you're turning your face toward him, and then he's leaning in to kiss your cheek, but you twist your head so he accidentally kisses your lips. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I think it's an unintentional kiss in a sense, but when it does happen, it's the star, and the star is a wish coming true, or a wish fulfillment. I am also looking at her, she's stepping into the water, so I'm thinking that this kiss may start off innocent, in that sense that it was unintentional, but it's you kiss and it's oh no, and then you're both not pulling away completely, but you're not lip locked. And then it kind of grows because neither of you are pulling away. So you're kissing again, and then it grows from there, and then it becomes more, or it expands in a sense. And then we have what changes after. And we have the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. And I see this as investing time and energy into making things work, into mastering something. Does this lead to a relationship? Possibly. I don't think Sylus would take you out on a trip unless he was serious about it. And I don't think you would have said yes either if you weren't serious about it. So I think the kiss leads you into a new type of territory where it bothers me that there's two women. Maybe it's you're not below him, you're his equal. Maybe that's what it means. But I think that you both work on it. You work on the relationship. And I think he's going from being in his head into becoming more grounded. I'm a bit surprised that there's not a single wands card. But yeah. So to summarize it, you're going on a trip, he's treating you like, he's giving you like princess treatment or queen treatment, or you're like this divine creature that he just can't get enough of, but he's super nervous, and then he's trying to sneak a kiss and it backfires, so you actually kiss, like he's trying to kiss your cheek, you know, and then you actually kiss, and then he becomes more stable or more grounded, and then you work on the relationship from there. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and maybe I'll see you again. Bye.